My name is Donald Earl Gates.
And what is your birth date?
January the 2nd, 1945.
And where were you born?
I was born in Mount Sinai Hospital on University Avenue, just south of College Street.
And so that's a Toronto-based hospital. Did you live
Yes.
in Toronto?
Yes, we lived at 127 Belgravia Avenue, which is near to Oakwood and Eglinton,
Eglinton?
which is York Township at that time.
That was York Township at that
Yeah,
time.
it was York Township, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about your parents?
My mother was born in June the 11th, 1911, and she had 7 siblings,
Wow.
and they lived on a farm in Sprucedale, on a 100-acre farm, and she left when she was 14 because on a farm, boys were known to be the ones that were useful, not girls. So she went to people's houses and cleaned their houses, did the laundry, did the cooking, and so she
And
learned.
how old was she then?
14.
14 she did
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Wow, that's pretty young.
Oh yeah, well,
That's what
back
they
in
did.
those days they did that.
Right.
So
And what about your dad?
he lived in and was born in Toronto, in November the 11th, believe it or not,
Good day.
and same year, 1911. So my mom was 5 months older than him.
So he married someone older than himself. I'm
he
sure
married,
she used that, right?
Yeah, he married a younger woman.
And how old were they when they got married?
Or he married an older woman,
Yeah.
pardon me.
How old were they when they got married? Do you know?
I don't.
Don't know?
I don't know that.
Brothers and sisters, do you have any?
I have two sisters. One is Carol. She was born in 30, and yeah, she was born in
She's older than
30.
you, younger
Yeah,
than you.
she's born in 39.
Right.
And my sister was born in, she's 2 years older than I am, so she was born in 47.
So you are the youngest.
I'm the youngest.
Oh,
Yeah,
with
I
two
was
sisters.
a spoiled brat.
Were
so
you?
They said. So they said.
Why do you say? So what would you say? Well, if we talk about your childhood, what would be your fondest memory of your childhood?
Oh, my sisters and I, we'd have some fun playing in the backyard in a sandbox. And then my sister would have her doll carriage, the one closest to me. And I'd have my 3-wheel bike. And
Was it red?
I think it was, yeah.
I'm jealous. I always wanted a red 3-wheel bike, and I never got one.
And then we would go up to my grandmother's farm.
Well, where was that?
Sprucedale. That's where
Sprucedale,
my
right.
mother.
Well, that's where
my
okay.
mother was born.
Right.
And we'd have a ball up there, and we learned all about animals
Yeah.
and everything because we'd get the eggs from the chickens, and we'd look at the pigs, and we'd feed the pigs the slop.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a mixture of potato scraps mixed in a bucket with some other stuff, and you throw it in the trough, and the pigs come and eat it.
Pigs to the trough.
Yeah.
Interesting. So they had pigs.
They had chickens, pigs, cows, and horses.
Any crops
They grew hay,
to feed the animals?
yes.
Yeah.
And I remember helping them with the hay, and I thought it was great. I'd get a ride on the wagon to go, and we'd pitchfork this hay because they already cut it with a combine.
Right.
But it didn't have the combines they have nowadays. You
No.
pitchforked it up on the wagon. And I didn't mind doing that because I knew I was going to get a ride back to the barn on the wagon. So,
Did you enjoy the mechanics of it, like the tractors and
Oh, yes.
all those
yeah.
kind of fun?
Oh, they didn't have tractors.
Oh.
The horses pulled the wagons.
Oh,
They had work horses, and
Yes.
they pulled the wagons, and they pulled the sickle that cut the hay down too. It's a machine that would go back and forth like this
Right.
and cutting the.
so
as
that
it
sounds
go-
like a pretty fun childhood.
Yeah, it was.
And so those are your siblings, or fun memories that you had with them. Let me tell me something wonderful about this wife of yours, Sandra.
Hmm.
Tell me about her.
We met at my cousin's wedding, and she didn't even want to go to this wedding. And we met at the reception, and I asked her to dance, and that was it. It was love at first sight,
Yes.
believe it or not.
Yeah.
And when we got home from the wedding reception, the first thing my dad said, "That's the woman you should marry, you know." And my wife says, "That's the only time that he obeyed his father." And he married me.
Yeah.
But I had every intention of marrying her anyway. I knew she was for me. So
Yeah, nice. And how long have you been married?
it'll be 52 years, June 24th.
Where were you married, Don?
We were married at Oakwood and Eglinton in a church called Grace Baptist Church. It was the smallest church with the smallest aisle, because she was so nervous that she took my hand when she got up the aisle, and she was shaking so much I started shaking when I took her.
Nice.
It was great. It was a great marriage, and
Yeah.
I never regret
Good.
being married.
Where did you live after you were married?
We found, first of all, we found a place in Oshawa, but we put some money down on it, and then we had to pull it out because we found he had a lien on the house.
Oh,
And it was just as well because they changed the road afterwards, and it would have been in the front yard, the road.
Oh.
So we found a place in Willowdale at near Young and Steeles.
yes.
And
Do you know the name of the street?
yes, it was Tobruk, Tobruk. It was a battle of Tobruk
That's right.
in
I lived on
Africa.
Nipigon. Do you know where Nipigon was? Nipigon Avenue?
Yeah, I know.
That's where I
where
was born.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
were neighbors back then.
Yeah. Holy cow!
So
Small world.
Did you go
eh?
to? You went to? Where did you work when you were living there in Willowdale?
First of all, oh well, I had a lot of jobs, but I guess you want the one where.
No. What?
Okay.
yeah.
I started out in machine shop job, but I didn't like that, so I did machine repair, which was in the same company. So I'd help them repair these milling machines and lathes and stuff like that. And then from there, I went to John T. Hepburn as a fitter, and then to a spring company that made springs. And then I ended up at University of Toronto as a locksmith. All my previous machining and that would allow me to learn the trade of locksmithing quite easy. So,
Wow. So you're hands-on kind of person with your
I
work.
am, yeah.
Now, while you were working with Sandra at home, or did she work?
She was looking after our kids until they got, all of them were of the age to go to school, and then she had a part-time job helping the North York Board of Education.
And talk about children. How many children do you have?
We have 4 children. We had
Right.
4 children.
Right.
We adopted the first, David. He was 2 months old, and he was born in 1970. And then we, 2 years later, we could put in for another adoption. So we adopted another boy, Jeffrey, and he was 9 months old when we got him. And then about fact, it was maybe 18 months later, Sandra got pregnant and had a baby girl, Judy,
Yes.
and then a little bit later, she got pregnant again and had Lori.
So, you had
So we're
3.
blessed with 4 kids.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we lost David a year ago in Good Friday,
Right.
March Good Friday.
Yes. Suddenly and unexpected.
Yep.
Yeah. But he had a good name, that boy.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. We share that, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
We share that. We share our adopted sons, David, you and I,
yeah.
don't we?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
for
do.
sure.
We
My
do.
David is fortunately still with us, and
Uh-huh.
yours is just looking down on us.
Yeah, he's
Right.
watching us and
So we better
watching
watch out.
over it. Oh yeah, I better get everything straight, or
Exactly. Yeah.
he'll straighten me out.
That's right, for sure.
He was a good listener, David,
Was he?
because Lori, who has the health problems,
Yes.
when she wanted somebody to talk to, she would go to David,
Oh,
and he would listen.
listen.
And he was very intelligent.
Yes.
You wouldn't know it because he skipped classes, but I think that's why he skipped classes. He was bored.
Yeah, exactly.
He was bored of school, so
What did he do as a job?
he menial jobs, which was really sad for on my side because he could do a lot better. But he did printer, and then from printing he went to this big outfit, and he was really doing good.
Right.
And everybody appreciated him,
Nice.
and that's where he was working when he passed.
When his journey ended, yeah.
Yeah, when his journey ended.
So, what kind of things did your kids like to do together as siblings?
Camping.
Camping?
We all went camping
Did
together. All of us. Yeah,
Yes.
and it was fun. We went fishing. Well, no, all of us went fishing. Mostly just the boys and I went fishing.
Yes.
I'm thinking back at my childhood
Yes.
when we all went fishing with my dad,
Did
my
you?
2 sisters,
Yes.
and I.
And so you went camping. You
We
like
went
camped as
camping,
family?
and
Tent camping or trailer camping?
first we started in a 9x9 tent. And
Oh,
that
yes.
was with
And then you
David.
graduated.
Yeah, David and Sandra and I, and Jeff
Yeah.
and David and Sandra and I in a 9x9. Then we went to a tent trailer,
Yes.
and then to a house trailer.
Wow.
So
Do you still camp?
no,
You've done that.
no, yeah, we've done that.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
It was good. And you get older, your body can't take the same things.
No.
And
I mean, I wouldn't know that, but
Yeah.
no. Is that our secret?
Did you say that?
Is that our secret? So what kind of things did you enjoy about camping?
Just being out in the outdoors and enjoying the creeks and rivers and trees and the enjoyment of being with my family and doing campfires and toasting wieners and marshmallows over the campfire. I did a lot of the cooking then.
Yes.
We did it on the open fire, and
Oh, did you?
I gave them some burnt offerings, but still it was
No.
I was
Too funny. You are an active part of Matthews House Hospice and have for
Yes.
quite some time. How long have you been with Matthews House?
9
Since-
years.
9
It'll be
years?
10 years in September.
And in what capacity have you been involved with Matthews House?
I've been a gardener. I've been. I had a client. I had more than one, I think, but
You're part of the men's group.
yes, and I've done. I've been.
A clown.
Oh, I've been a clown. I have an alter ego of being a clown. Gee, and he comes out as clown, whose name is Smoothie. He comes out to the hike for hospice every year. Well, not every year. He tries to make it every year. Yeah,
When he's not busy
yeah, right.
doing other things. Yes.
And I like being there for the people, the residences.
So you work in the
resident-
residential wing as well, don't you?
Yes,
Yes.
And I talk to the patients and I talk to the families.
Right.
And I like talking to the families to just to get their mind off of their loved one for a little bit when they're away from their loved one.
And you do that very well.
Well, thank you.
Very well indeed.
I enjoy doing it.
Yeah, for sure. So Don, one thing that you could want people to remember about you, what would that be?
I always have enjoyed making people, putting a smile on people's faces and making them laugh as possible, because laughter's still the best medicine.
Right.
And being there for them, talking to them, and I'd like to be remembered as being an honest person and loving. I love families, and I love my family.
And your David is very much a part of you, and I'm very glad that
Oh,
you
yes,
talked about
yes.
him. Thank you for sharing that with us. No, it's not always easy, but I do
I know.
appreciate that. It's important to get that out. So anything else that you'd like to mention before we wrap this all up?
I'd like to say that I enjoy being here at Matthew's house. I enjoy that we have, it's called parent-child?
Grieving parent group?
Grieving parent groups,
Right,
which Sandra and I come to, and it helps us greatly.
right.
And I think that's about
That'll do it.
it. Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank
for
you very
inviting
much for sharing with us. That's
me. Okay.
You have a really interesting life. Yeah, for sure. Lots of things I didn't know about you.
Yeah. Oh, can I say one more
Of
thing?
course, yes.
Besides being Smoothie, I'm also Santa Claus. I play Santa Claus at Good Samaritan Nursing Home, and I play Santa Claus at the Berry Manor, and I have played Scarecrow on a float for Matthew's house on the
Potato Festival?
Potato Festival.
Nice.
Yes.
That goes all back to you wanting to be giving people enjoyment and making people smile.
Yes.
So don't you ever forget that you've done that. And you do a good job.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.